Now I'm going to create my animation page. Most of my animation, including my demo reel, is on Vimeo, which is another video sharing site just like YouTube, but I liked their interface and the way they present their videos, so I chose to go with Vimeo. So here are some of my animations which I would like to embed into my animation page. I've created a simple mock-up of what I want it to look like. So as usual, my header and footer will stay the same across all pages. My middle section will change. So for each video, I'll have the video itself and a little description on the right. This video is about 540 pixels wide. So I'm going to create one entire div for each row. There'll be many videos below this. So this div will contain the video and the description. Within that, I'll create one div just for the video and one div just for the description. It's important to structure your divs properly because all of your content, all of your design needs a structure so everything can work well together. Without this, you'd be fumbling around using HTML and CSS for a long time, trying to figure out how things should look. So to create my page, once again, I'm going to start with an existing page like my home page and then save as. And again, I want to make sure I'm in the site root, which is website files. Now for animation.html, I'll leave the header and footer as they are, and I'll empty out the middle section. I'm going to delete all these thumbnail columns in my container, but I'll leave the container as it is. So now inside my container, I'm going to add a row for each of my videos. Let me add the empty divs first. So in my code view, here's my container. I place the cursor right in the middle, after the opening tag and just before the closing tag. I'll insert a div at the insertion point, and I'll create a class. Since I'm going to have many rows of videos, it's better to use a class so they can all share the same properties. Now looking at my mockup, my video itself is about 540 pixels. My description is about 200 pixels. So that's 740 plus a little margin and padding would take it about 800 pixels. So for my video row, in style.css, I'll add a selector. I'll simplify the selector to call it just .video row. Again, the dot means that this is a class. I'll set the width to 800 pixels. I'm not setting the height at this time. And I'm going to set my left and right margins to auto so that my div will be centered. Now within this div, I'm going to add two more divs. One for the video itself. Again, I'll add a selector. I'll simplify the selector. Set the width. Set it to float to the left. Since I want this to be on the left. I'll set it to float left. I will also set the video info to float left so that they can show up in the same row. So right after the video div, I'm going to insert another div, and this one will be video info. I will create a selector, simplify it, and set the properties. So as soon as I say float left, the video and the video info divs show up side by side in the same row. Because I want the next row to clear these two and appear in the next line below it, for the video row div, for the video row class, I'm going to set clear left. So the next row begins by itself on a new line. Now all that's left is to add some content in and finish adjusting the styles. To bring one of my videos from Vimeo into my website, I'm going to my Vimeo page, and under Share, I'm going to look at the embed code. I'll show you how to do this for YouTube as well. So I'm going to copy this entire embed code. Just copy it, Command C. Go over to Dreamweaver. In my code, where it says content for class video goes here, I'm going to paste that code that I copied. So as you can see, it creates a box for the video and puts a little info below. I can choose to remove this info or I can leave it in. Now for the video info. In my video info, I want to have a title and a description. And I will place some dummy text for the description. Now for this title, I need to style it. So first, in the Properties window, I change the format to Heading 1. Now I want this Heading 1 to look different from this Heading 1. So I need to style it by first creating a selector. This selector says .video row, .video info, h1. It means all the level 1 headings inside video info, inside the video row. I can remove video row since all my video info is going to be in my div of class video row. So there's no ambiguity there. I'm going to leave the selector as .video info, h1. Now I can style this text. Set my font family . For this paragraph of description, I'll also create a selector. I'll simplify the selector so it says .video info and then P for paragraph. And again, set the same properties. So let me save all and preview. And that's what my first video looks like. I don't like this space above the animation reel title. I would like this text to be in line with the top of my video. And I also want to remove all this info. So removing the extra info from the video is easy. It's right here. When I copied and pasted the code, it was included. So I'm just going to remove that last paragraph. As for this spacing, I have a selector for video info H1. I need to set the top margin to 0 pixels. And then it lines up with the top of the video. And that's much better. So I can go in and add more videos and they'll just appear below this one. So to do this, in Dreamweaver, I'm going to add another row. The quickest way to do this is to copy the row that I have right now and then paste it. I just need to be careful that I'm copying and pasting in the right place. So for example, this is my overall container. This is my video row, which contains a video div and a video info div. I want to copy this entire div. And just after this div ends, I create a new line and paste it. Now I have a new row. As you can see, they stick together, but I can fix that with CSS. So I'm not done styling it yet. I'll go back to Vimeo, get the embed code for my next video, copy it, and then paste it here. Once again, I'm removing that paragraph after the video since I don't really want to see it. And over here I can go in and change the title and description. Let's see how this looks. So here are my two videos, one below the other. I can see now that there's a little too much space here and too little space between the rows. So back in Dreamweaver, my video div is 540 pixels wide, but my video itself is only 500 pixels wide. So I could just go into my video class and reduce the width. To increase the spacing between the videos, I could use margin or padding. But the thing is, margin and padding only work if your width and height are specified. For example, since I've specified my width, the left and right auto margin worked. If I had not specified my width, they would not work. You can try it for yourself. So if I want to add a bottom margin or a bottom padding, they will only work if I specify my height, because they need to know how much height to add to the existing height of the div. Since I haven't specified a height at all, they don't know what to do. So the bottom or top margins will not work. So I need to look at my video to decide how much height to assign to my video div. From Vimeo, my video's height is 375 pixels. So for each video row, I can add a height of about 400 pixels. That'll take care of the video and add 25 extra pixels of spacing. Let's see how this looks. And that's much better. If you're using YouTube instead of Vimeo for your videos, the process is very similar. So as an example, here's one of my YouTube videos. I scroll down to where it says Share, and next to Share you have Embed. You just need to copy this code and paste it in your page just like I did from Vimeo. And then you can create your video page for your website.